Okay, I'm Jamila from Bring the Noise, and I'm here with Ben and Greg from the Dillinger Escape Plan. How are we doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm not too bad. Yeah? Right. First thing first, how
Bring
are
it.
things? Bring it. Bring it. The noise.
Bring
It's
it.
being brought, alright?
It's done been brought.
It's done been brought.
We'll
Yeah.
bring it again.
We'll bring it again someday.
Let's do it.
One day. But for now. Right.
Bring the Mersbo.
That's noise. True noise.
All of the noise.
Yep.
I like trying to make the interview as awkward as we possibly can.
This isn't awkward.
Alright, no, seriously, let's get into this.
Okay,
Yes.
let's get down to it. How are things in Camp Dillinger? How is everyone?
Well, we just finished arts and crafts,
Yeah?
and
It's song time.
It's song
I think.
time around the campfire.
Yes, indeed.
And,
We're going to tell some stories.
We're gonna tell some stories, and we're gonna go on the road and play some shows,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna introduce our new work to everyone.
Which
Our
is?
record. One of us is the killer.
Yes. Right, you've just recently put out first single from the new album, Prancer. How do you think the response has been so far?
We don't know.
Yeah, we really don't know.
We
We
just-
try not to pay attention to what people say.
Yeah?
Because, why? We already wrote it. It's not going to change it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what's the
There's
point?
nothing we can do that now.
Yeah.
People. No, but we're just like, it's kind of doing these interviews now. It's cool because we finish the record, and you finish a record, you work on it for so long, and you finish it, and then no one hears it for like a few months, and you're like, this is so weird, man.
Really
You can't
weird to
even,
be sitting
and
on
you
it.
can't be objective about what the record's like yourself because you're just mentally drained from the whole thing. So it's cool to do these interviews and talk to some people who've heard some tracks and stuff, and just hear what people think. Cause
It's just as interesting
Yeah.
to us. Like, I'd rather hear what you have to say, really, than probably you have to care about us. Cause,
how are you today?
yeah.
I'm awesome, yeah.
Cool.
And I really like the new track.
Thanks,
I think
yeah,
it's
well,
awesome.
It's tough for us to. I mean, if you go on like YouTube or something, there's like 1,000 comments, and so I'm not gonna sit there and read all of them. And 90% of them are kids arguing with one another about whether it sucks or rules. You know.
Yeah, but 90% of them are dickheads.
Oh wow.
But,
Like, you don't
Oh.
listen to YouTube comments. It's like
That's what I'm saying. But that's the thing is, It's hard to
Yeah.
tell. You know, like it's really gonna be fun to go on tour because this is like a really long lead time for us. We usually are, don't have this much space between the time the track comes out to the time we start playing shows. So it's going to be really interesting to play a show and a song for the first time and have a bunch
Yeah.
of people know it.
Yeah.
And
It's cool.
possibly.
And that's who we're concerned with. We're concerned with our fans. We're not concerned with. We're not like a cereal company. It's not like let's do the research, the market research,
Yeah.
and see what people.
The
Oh,
analytics.
there needs
People
to
in
be
Oklahoma
more
need
crunch
more-
to that.
Yeah.
There needs to be. We got to rethink this. Let's go back in and
England's not going to like that.
We're
We're
gonna have to go back in and change the box,
Right.
the cover of that one.
Make
to-
sure you
to
call it
appeal to the
Prancer
more
when you're in
British-
England.
Prancer.
Prancer.
Don't say
Prancer when you're in Texas and Prancer when you're in
yeah,
England.
Like, it's not, like, so it doesn't matter. We just got to do our thing,
It's definitely Prancer.
Prancer.
Yeah.
I love it.
Prance.
Like,
It's very
sounds
regal.
Distinguished.
Yeah. Prance around.
We're gonna prance around the room.
That's what you were aiming for, though, right? Regal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was aiming
He
for
named it
gay,
after me
but
because
it's regal.
I prance around while he
Yeah.
was singing. I was like, I was
He
just
like tiptoes by, I was like, get that little Prancer out of here. Who's the tiny Prancer?
prancing around.
Okay. New album, One of Us is the Killer. Pretty broad question.
Here it comes.
Yeah, we love the broad questions. In what ways is it different to your previous work? Well, particularly
But that
the last
again
album.
is something
musically.
that like other people should tell us because we don't change. We're not like, we don't sit down and have a game plan where we're like, okay, Option Paralysis did this. Let's approach this record this way, and or like let's beat Option Paralysis, or let's make super Option Paralysis. Like we've never like really, we just write and like try to stay out of our own way and write honestly, and what comes out, and then really it's up to other people to tell us what You can't be a critic of your own stuff. You just put it out, and then other people talk about it.
Yeah.
The only, I mean, certainly there's sometimes differences in approach. Like let's try and put ourselves in this scenario, which will make us a little uncomfortable, or try things differently, or maybe start this idea on a piano instead of a guitar, or like, But we never really understand exactly what it is we did or where our heads were at when we made it until later, much later, when we go back and look at it. I think of it like a record is like getting like a tattoo or something, man. You just like, it reminds you of that time in your life.
It's a timestamp.
There's something about it that's like, it was a little painful. It was a little bit like, there's so many things you associate with it, the relationships you had around it or where you had it. done.
Years
whatever,
go by, you can
years
see it
go
in
by, and
context
it
more,
can still bring you back to that place, and that's what a record is. It's like something you can't really say much about it at the time, but it says a lot when you go back and listen to it.
So do you see it as being a bit conceptual like the last one, or is it only conceptual in retrospect?
I think it's more conceptual personally than the last one. I think the last one was not as much of a concept as
the last
people made it out to be.
Well, the title said something about like the state of where we were at, but
But the title was fairly
the title
unrelated to the
was
titles
unrelated.
and
It
lyrics.
wasn't like like it was. There was no song title of that thing. But
Yeah, it wasn't intentionally conceptual. It wasn't conceptual in the way that like I didn't sit down and say like, okay, here's the title, and now I'm gonna write all these lyrics and to try to like, it wasn't Operation Mindcrime or some shit. It was
Operation Mindcrime.
The eyes of a stranger. But I just feel like when you write to get something out of your system, and you write in a block of time that's like a really intense kind of purging of everything, then it ends up being conceptual by nature because you're getting something out of you. You're getting a lot out of you. You're getting 3 years worth of life out of you in one brief time period. So like it kind of ends up being a concept just because of that alone. It's like if you ate for 3 straight years and then threw up once, you'd be like, oh shit, there's everything.
A lot of people consider our music
vomit.
Or a pile of crap that you just excreted.
So
Good
yeah,
vomit though.
if you're not, I honestly think if you're not thinking, then it almost has to become a concept.
Yeah.
We're not a band that's like we're like a thrash band or something.
Let's make something like this. Let's make something.
Yeah, we're not like this song's gonna be about the war in the Middle East. This one is about crib death. This one is about like you're not like that's like you just write subconsciously. So of course it's a concept. Your subconscious like kicks stuff out of you that you're not you need to deal with.
Yeah. Okay. The new record is called One of Us is the Killer. Pretty straightforward
Or
question.
Keeler if you're Max Cavalera.
Keeler. The Keeler.
Either.
Which one of you is the killer?
We're not sure.
We haven't figured
We're
that
trying
out.
to figure
No?
that out.
Well, it didn't.
Would that ruin it?
We didn't die, so
No.
neither one of us.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't have to be you that died, just in general.
True.
I mean, that's the point, though. Like, the point of the title is basically that if sometimes people go out of their way to win small wars in relationships. Whether it's relationships with your friends or your coworkers or your family members or your girlfriend or whoever. You get so fixated on winning a little war, and then there's another little war, and you're like, I gotta win that one, and like these small victories. But you take so much out of the whole that it doesn't really matter that you won because you both end up losing over time because you drain so much out of your relationship that by the time you can finally stand on the mountain and be like, I won all these little battles, and there's nothing left. You're like, I fucking destroyed the mountain. You know what I mean? I'm just standing in a hole because I've been trying to win all these little things and missed the whole point of the big picture. And a lot of times when you're in any type of codependent relationship for a long time, whether it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, a band, whatever, like you start to like you nitpick things to death, or you create little battles that end up just being very destructive for the whole. And sometimes you need to like step away from it and be like, whoa, shit, we should probably both stop this kind of dumb shit and see the big thing. And that was about me and my aunt, actually.
Yeah.
She's a mega bitch.
So that's what the new
And I
record's
killed
about,
her.
everyone.
I killed her. No, I'm just kidding.
Secret's out.
Somehow my aunt's gonna see this and be so mad.
She's gonna be
Yeah.
so pissed.
It's like,
Yeah.
everyone in my
She
work who
saw.
knows that you're my nephew now thinks that I'm a bitch. Yeah.
Okay.
Or my aunt.
Or your
My
aunt.
auntie.
It's your aunt. Your
My
auntie. Yeah.
My Aunt Jemima.
My auntie Jemima.
Because obviously everyone has an Auntie Jemima.
Of course they do.
She's a really good maker of syrup.
It's delicious.
Her and Uncle Ben.
Delightful.
Everyone has sort of been having a little ho-hum and a little guess about the guest artists that that you guys have been talking about on the record. Can you tell us anything about that?
Nope.
Probably not. No.
Nope.
Not even.
We're not interested
even
in
like a little...
exploiting these people.
No, it's not exploiting.
We're not interested in exploiting them. It's not like we're gonna try to gain fans.
Just everyone's just really excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was a long shot anyway.
It's people that you would never guess.
Yes.
I think this is why everyone wants to know.
Yeah.
Yep. It's not gonna happen.
Okay.
Tight lips or loose lips sink ships. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
The cool part of the thing is the people that we have on it aren't doing what you think, and they're uncredited. So
Yes.
you're not
Are they
even-
uncredited?
Uncredited. You won't even know they're there.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Yep, it completely sucks, and it's.
We started to feel really self-conscious about the fact that we were promoting that people
We didn't
were on
want
it.
people to think that it was a marketing tool,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so we were like, let's get people that we really like, and let's use them in a way that no one will even know it's them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we have some
just
huge
like,
singer, how about you just play guitar for like a few verses?
Yeah.
And then no one will ever be able to
could
know.
be
You know?
Adam Levine.
Yeah, we
Or
could
it
get.
be-
I really hope it is.
We can get Corey Feldman and Lindsay Lohan to do nothing but hit the snare drum a few times in a
there's
song.
there's a little percussion there. You know who that
Yep.
is?
So basically, no one's going to find out.
I like
really.
that for some weird reason I just picked like child actors who turned into total losers as adults as a theme.
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman and Lindsay Lohan. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
We have Adele playing a tambourine on one record.
That's probably a waste of her talent, really.
Exactly. That's the point.
That's the point, but she doesn't need to sing. She always sings. She's like, I want to hit
We've
something.
heard people-
I want to hit something.
What does Adele sound like when she plays a tambourine? You don't know that.
We do.
You don't. We do. You know what she sounds like when she sings.
Uh-huh.
It makes sense.
One of the screams on the record then is Eddie Murphy. It's true. You can put that in the print.
Girl likes to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. The fucking my girl.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Amazing.
It is.
So,
Do you know what Henry Rollins sounds like playing a nose flute?
No,
We
I
do.
don't.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, I
And
don't.
you will.
See, no, you can't mess with me like this, because when I listen back to the album, I'm going to be waiting for a nose flute. Oh, no, it's Henry Rollins. Major, massive, huge tour coming up.
Major, massive, huge year of touring. coming
Yeah.
up, you know.
Where are you most excited to play?
Man, it's tough. I mean, God, like it's so hard to even consider. We know we have to turn that switch on soon, to be completely different, have completely different lives,
Yeah.
and it's really overwhelming to like just look at the tour dates and be like, whoa, we haven't even dented that yet. Like we haven't even started that, and we haven't been touring for so long. It's almost like crazy. But that's what's so crazy about this life, and what's also so conducive for like writing material. It's so strenuous and so stressful in your relationships.
Throws your life into total
life,
chaos.
It's like, yeah, wake up in a different city every single day for like 3 years. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and then be home for an extended amount of time, just writing music and like, you know, trying to be normal. It's pretty crazy.
It's
But,
like jumping into a portal where you don't know where the portal goes, but you know you're going to be in it for like a year and a half. The only contact you're going to have with the people that are closest to you that aren't with you is going to be the phone or Skype or something like that. That's crazy. You know, it's like not normal. Most people live their lives on a small day-to-day basis.
And when you come back from like a long, vigorous touring cycle, you expect it to be the same as it was the day you left. Like it's like one giant whirlpool, and like people change. There's babies
people have
that
kids,
have been born.
get
There's,
married,
like,
you're like, you miss everything.
things are different, and it's fucked up. Like, why didn't you just stay in that chair? I
want
left
you
you
to
in that
stay.
chair.
Yeah.
What did you do?
When I left, we used
Why
to
is
go.
that wall purple now?
Yeah, we used to go hang out at this place on this night,
That place
and now
doesn't
you
exist
can't
anymore.
do that because that place doesn't exist, and you got married to the chick that doesn't even let you hang out. Like, what happened to you? If I was
Yeah.
around, I would have kept you from doing that. You know?
All in the space of a tour.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, bud, you're out of here. That was
John Candy.
yeah. We have John Candy on the record.
Really?
Yeah, we dug him up and clacked his bones together.
Clapped.
It's not a wood block you hear. That's John Candy's bones.
Joan Rivers queefs on one song.
Ah, shit.
Okay, right. You guys have some pretty wild stage performances. Yeah, pretty energetic. Are there any moves that you're particularly proud of?
The moonwalk.
The moonwalk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll do it right now.
The worm.
Yeah. Pretty
We
infamous.
invented that. Pretty much any moves that we're proud of.
I'm being proud of being able to move at this point
yeah,
after
just moving
so
in
long.
general
You know,
is pretty-
when I get up, I'm like, oh shit, I can't believe I can still do this. You know?
Sciatica's killing me.
Well, I was going to say, you must have given yourself some pretty bad injuries.
We're pretty beat up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty
Arthritis everywhere. Head to toe.
Arthritis. Diabetes.
Yeah, diabetes.
Diabetes.
Got diabetes in my knee.
Diabetes. Arthritis.
Any like severe injuries though, like broken bones and.
That's not severe.
That's not
Yeah.
that severe. Duct tape and super
We have
glue
things
will
that
do it.
will never go away forever. That we're shortened our lifespans now.
Chronic.
100%. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Crushed
I had an
vertebrae.
MRI once on my whole body, and they thought I was a stuntman. They're like, "What? You're covered in arthritis?
They're basically like, he
And
looks
scar
like
tissue?
you've been in a car accident every day for
They're
like 5 years straight.
You have
know?
the same MRI as the guy who got hit by a truck. Yours is worse."
Yeah,
Shit.
So
it happens.
it's just like, and I'm sure his is the same if he had an MRI. If he ever went to a doctor,
Yeah, who
he
knows when I'm
refuses to go to a
dying.
doctor. He's like, "I don't want to know.
Disease.
I
And
don't want to know."
Medical marvel.
Second you know, they're going downhill.
I've got formaldehyde for blood. Just to
Yes.
keep me preserved
It was
in time.
time
You can tell you're catching us at the delirious point of interviews.
of the day.
Yeah, just jet lag, right? Just
Oh,
hallucinating.
Eyes of a stranger.
I haven't seen a person. I live in a suburb in the like middle of nowhere. It's quite, I don't even see people. I stay home in a basement all day for months. So this is a treat. Socializing. This is fun.
You ever been to the basement of the Alamo?
No.
There is no basement to the Alamo.
Pee-wees. Pee Watcher. Hello.
Can we edit that out? Anyway, looking at your tour dates, it's pretty extensive, but nothing as of yet in the UK, which is pretty sucky.
Not up there yet.
Yeah. So, what are your
international yet.
plans?
We will play the entire. Well, it looks like in the fall is when we're. You know, it's hard because you got the U.S. is so big. We're starting in the U.S., so we got to finish the U.S. Then we're coming back here to do a few festival things. Well, not here, but in mainland Europe, we're gonna do some festivals, and then we got to do another tour in the U.S. and then we're gonna come here and do a full U.K. banger.
Yes.
Wow.
With
Amazing.
mash.
With
You know,
mash.
Yeah.
Yep.
Banger with mash.
Bangers and
And
you know
mushy
what?
peas. We're
Mushy
gonna bring mushy
peas.
peas with us.
Mushy peas. You know, I was talking to a British person who came to California. He was bitching about not having mushy peas. And one day he's like, I found it. And I'm like, dude, that's guacamole.
You're like, wait, you don't have mushy peas? Well, we got sunshine, dickhead.
dude.
Like we have warmth. You know, go back to your mushy peas. I'll sit in the
guacamole
warmth.
and nacho chips. What's not mushy peas? What are you
But
talking-
one would assume that you have peas, so
Oh yeah, I love
mushy
peas,
peas are,
man. It's a
you
good
know,
source of protein.
It
it's
is.
fine.
Delightful. I love peas, man. I love peas. I'll mush them up. I'll keep them whole. I don't even care.
Ben
Peas-
Lyman, I love
when you-
peas, man. I love peas.
And mashed potatoes.
You mix them together with some corns,
Corn.
stir them up.
Corn.
So you could happily live here then, because that's literally all we eat.
I could just eat peas. That's a great source of proteins. It's good. It helps my diabetes.
It's good for the betas.
Arthritis.
All the other itises. All right.
Right.
Moving on.
Yeah. We could.
Okay.
Okay, I'm Jamila for Bring the Noise UK. This is the Dillinger Escape Plan. We're out.